Greetings to you from wherever you're watching us from the city of Lagos, Nigeria. I'm Yemi Adebayo.
Good to have you join us once again to talk sports in London. I'm Austin Okonapan.
All right, so a lot to talk about today, Austin. First, I want to greet you. A lot is happening from your end, and of course today Europa League. Good news, good representation for Nigeria. Paul Onuachu getting on the goals, getting in amongst the goals. We also have Kelechi Iheanacho, and indeed, I'm very sure we're going to talk about that as well. And a lot of things happening here on the domestic scene. So, a good day to talk sports.
Awesome. Yeah, we will also take a look at what's going on right there. The Aisha Buhari Cup. That one is for women's football development in Africa, and we love it so much as a thing that says playing for good, and indeed they've been playing football for good. And yeah, I mean, almost everyone that knows about international football and administration have been involved in the conversation of Gianni Infantino visiting Nigeria. And I think that's also a good one, a reminder that Nigeria can be at the forefront of international football management and administration.
Yeah, so I'm going to be talking about that as well. It's heartwarming, of course, Gianni Infantino visiting the President Muhammadu Buhari. And, of course, there's a lot to talk about. And he also has some kind words for Nigeria. All right, I know you have a lot lined up for us. We're going to get into it shortly. Let me quickly introduce Bolu Omoni is with me in the Lagos studio, and of course, Bolu has been following the Aisha Buhari Cup. Greetings to you, Bolu. Thanks for finding out time to be with us today.
Good to be here again. Like you talk about the Aisha Buhari Cup, after much anticipation, I like the kickoff. Many struggled, the Falcons are not winning. The most important thing is they got the win. Interesting, I like where it came from. A girl from where many of us see week in, week out when the league is on. Monday gift, and the superstar was the one who gave the assist. Brilliant opening ceremony, brilliant opening game by the Super Falcons. Since then, the games have been interesting step by step, and like you rightly said, the Thursday sets, like they call it, although they have younger brothers now, there's a certain conference league, so maybe the banter will get off the net. But interestingly, Osimhen after battle, Osimhen got to start this game. Iheanacho is starting, it is starting. Paul Onuachu got the goal. I think it's a good day to be a Nigerian football lover.
Yeah, it is. It is. And back to Austin, we will be starting things off with a conversation that we hope to have with regards the hosting of the Aisha Buhari Cup and where it's taking place, or that Lagos State had to put in place to ensure that everything is going on smoothly as we can see.
Beautiful, beautiful. And Lagos, of course, has been a model for football development, not just football, sports development in Nigeria. And one area that we have always taken them upon is infrastructure development. And to host the Aisha Buhari Cup, it meant that they need to be, up there in terms of infrastructure development. The Mobolaji Johnson Arena, which we all used to know as the Onikon Stadium, is wearing a new look, looks good. So I'm saying that it's time for other states, other venues, other regions in the country to take a look at what Lagos State is doing and see ways that they can improve. I mean, we can't talk about it. So let's bring in the chairman of Lagos State Sports Commission, Shola Aipeku, who joins us now live on the program to take a look at what Lagos State is doing as regards the Aisha Buhari Cup, the visit of Gianni Infantino, and of course, sports development in general. Good evening, Shola Aipeku. Welcome to the show.
Good evening, guys. Good to be on you.
Awesome. Good to have you on the show. Let's begin with the Aisha Buhari Cup for Lagos State. Does it go beyond just hosting a women's football competition?
Yes, it does. If you just permit me. One thing we identify with this administration is the fact that the leader, the governor, understands what the power of sports can do in terms of social economic benefits, and especially the inclusivity of women. And the fact that the more we can include women and to make them part of our strategic plans, then the better it is for us all. And after all, we know how important they are in society. So the Aisha Buhari Cup fits that strategy, and the governor has backed it up powerfully. Again, just like in Austin, at the beginning, I remember last year we were talking about infrastructural development. I told there are some plans going to unfold, and as you can see, those plans are beginning to unfold very rapidly. The Stadium is now wearing a totally different look. It's ready for competition, and we are proving it by hosting the Aisha Buhari Cup.
Oh, beautiful. Because most times the problems that we have associated with infrastructure development, Shola, in Nigeria is maintenance. For Lagos State, is it just about renovating those stadia, or you guys will take maintenance seriously this time around?
Well, it will surprise you a bit. We've been taking maintenance quite seriously. We have, for example, look at, let me take us back a little bit back to Testing Balogun. When we started, when this administration started with about 2 years ago, the whole status was not what we all wanted. And you see what happened with Testing, which was then the only stadium that was, let's say, approved to host national matches until it was taken from us. But look at what happened. We've turned that around with the support to ensure that already CAF and FIFA passed it and approved it for us to use for Super Eagles match. Yeah. So now the same thing is happening with Mobolaji Bank Anthony. Already, this tournament was approved by CAF and FIFA, and it took inspectors coming to the pitch to ensure that the quality is good enough. It's a hybrid. It's a FIFA approved hybrid pitch grass we have there, and all the players, when you listen to all their comments about the pitch, it's quite superb. And also we are training our people to ensure that this capacity development in terms of maintenance is maintained and also improved. The people who laid the pitch are already arranged training courses for our people, so that knowledge is also passed on, and the entire infrastructure of the stadium, not just the pitch, is maintained at the highest level.
Quickly, you've highlighted all the things that Lagos had to do, and we're impressed. But knowing the fact that you knew you were going to have some top dignitaries, the FIFA president, CAF president, did it stretch you in any way, or you just did the number of things that you did? I'm asking because did you have to do the extra? You talked about Lagos always being ready, but in this particular case, did you have to do the extra, or just the normal way we do things?
Well, my brother, when you have the top gun in football in the world coming to your country, we have to do some little extra things. And don't forget, Onikon or the stadium has been multi-purpose for a while. It was the COVID center, so we had to do things in COVID and health-wise to ensure it's ready. The fumigation, some little renovations here and there, and also to prepare it as a place befitting and suitable for that kind of level of matches. And before FIFA and CAF can approve a tournament, even if they mean tournament like this as good for you, as a stadium as good for use, we had to do a few extra things. And the good thing is that those things are permanently done. So they are not temporary infrastructural development, they are all permanent. And also, don't forget, my brothers, you know that Mr. Governor has embarked on building on 8 brand new and community centers across Lagos, including the renovation of the Testing Balogun Stadium. So there's a lot going on in terms of infrastructural development, and we pray and continue and expect.
Okay, that's good to hear, and hopefully the benefits, we'll continue to see much of the benefits. I'm also interested in asking, I know you're still there with me, I'm also interested in asking, I know there's going to be that feeling of satisfaction. The tournament is not over yet, it just started, but with the way the opener went and having all those dignitaries seated, and it looked to us from where we were watching, actually, there were no itches. I'm beginning to sense you probably start having a feeling of satisfaction that, look, I think we got this right.
Okay, since we lost Shala, I think we'll try to get him back again so we can continue the conversation. But I'm sure you want to get into the Aisha Buhari Cup and what happened today. So let's take a look at the result. I think it was Morocco and Cameroon that got busy today. And as I said, it gave us a good opportunity to see women's football in good display. So before Shola gets back in, let me get Bolu Omoni talking. Bolu, it's Cameroon 0, Morocco 1. Was that a surprising result for you?
One thing about the North African side is both men and women's football is they are growing steadily. Women's football was all about West Africa. Okay, let me say 90% Nigeria. The remaining 5% for the West African nations. Then the remaining part of Africa can share the 5%. But it feels like everyone is growing step by step now. So, and it also shows preparation. Sometimes, if you have the greatest players, if you are not well prepared, a bunch of young guys that are better prepared will probably walk over you. And we saw that against Cameroon. Beautiful football after 90 minutes. Both of them meant to win. But Morocco did enough to win that game. I guess they were not scared about the Cameroonians. They did not show them too much respect that, oh, they are the better side in quotes. And they came all the way and went, well, as a Nigerian, I think I'm happy with that result. At least it shows we still have a better goal difference. It means as of now, we're in a better chance of probably winning after the whole games have been played.
I say just Nigeria versus Mali. We saw the goal to Cameroon and Morocco. I was saying just one goal. Abolu, is a testament that women's football in Africa is now very competitive?
Well, before now, you would see results like 6-0. The best is always very far from the rest, but I think the gap is closing up. Yes, it's not a major tournament, but like Asato Shola said, this is like a preparation to the outcome. Remember, we are playing Ghana at the tournament, and Ghana also here. So, to a level, it's closing up. Yes, the level of seriousness will not be only for the top oppositions. The supposed second-string team will also be ready. So, I think it shows we are closing the gap step by step. Remember, Nigeria didn't qualify for the Olympic Games. An African nation defeated Nigeria. It means they are closing the gap step by step. That's why I tell Nigerian football lovers, if we don't improve in women's football, that level of 9-11 half-counter or out-counter titles will start closing up. Then we'll start seeing other teams coming up. Yes, we are the best. Yes, we are the greatest. But we need to keep working. We don't need just having a start or Shola alone. Look at the second half yesterday. The changes that came up, the Monday give to Chain Nakano and Otu in the midfield. You could see a huge difference. It means to a level from what we have now, the future is safe. So I think everyone is closing the gap from 100 meters to maybe 50 meters.
I love it. I love it. And Monday's gift, Monday gifts. Impact in that game is a testament that we need to do more to develop women's football in the country. Shows you that we have the quality and that if we put some more attention, women's football will shine. Let's go back to Shola Aipeku. He's coming back at the right time because I want to know what Lagos State is doing as regards developing women's sports in the state. Shola Aipeku, if you can hear me, it's good to have you back. We lost you when we shouldn't have. Let's get into the conversation. Women's football getting our attention. What is the Lagos State government doing? Watching the Aisha Buhari Cup, has it inspired you guys to do more for women's sports development?
Oh, yes. We can hear me clearly now.
I can.
Yeah, okay. Just to start with, Mr. Governor has been very supportive. All the recommendations we made, he has backed up. For example, the goal scorer of the brace goal scorer for Nigeria, you all know, plays for Robo, and Mr. Governor already promised Robo FC a brand new boss, like a team boss for them, and give them a cash donation with their campaign for the last season's FA Cup for women and their league campaign for the Super Six. So, and he's been doing that, and he's also promised that whatever they need and whatever teams in Lagos State need in female football wise, he will also back them up, apart from the things he's doing for the other football teams as well. The good thing is that we have his air, and not just for football. Lagos State is the only state that has created 2 gender-specific sports associations. We created this year the Cheerleading Association in Lagos State to promote inclusion for women. So we have a cheerleading association, one, and then secondly, we also have a netball association. Those 2 associations have been created in Lagos State to ensure that we can spread the net to encourage inclusion, to catch more talent, and to ensure that women can find a stronger say in sports in Lagos and then hopefully the rest of the country. So yes, there's a lot being done. And even, let me give you statistics. I'm sure many may not have noticed. In the last sports festival, we actually took, from our start, we found out that women actually won more medals than men in the previous National Sports Festival. So this year, for the Edo reorganized one, we took far more women than we took male, and the experiment paid off. So yes, we are strategically doing something about ensuring that the inclusion of women in sports is stronger, is more widespread, and they really have to say in what we do.
Before I hand over to my colleague Yemi in Lagos, Shola Ipeku, FC Robo Queens, they play at the Legacy pitch. I'm sure you know that. I get the players call me all the time and say, Austin, just tell them to fix the Legacy pitch for us. The pitch itself looks good, but I'm talking about the environs. Even when you look at the wall, it needs to be TV friendly. So it's a special appeal on live television that we do that, so that when they get to play women's football.
What is an appeal? Legacy pitch, who does it belong to? Lagos State is already building 8 brand new stadium. Our Lagos Stadium will now called over Johnson Stadium has been refurbished. Robo Queens will have a standard place that they call home that will be close to their camp or wherever they want, and they will play there. So those days of legacy, by the time they get to the point where our stadium are ready, they need to choose where they can play.
We were having a distorted audio. Maybe you need to say that again, because if you see pictures coming from the Mobolaji Johnson Arena, look at it, looks so beautiful on television, you know. So maybe you want to assure them, because I keep getting those calls. So what will you guys do to make sure that the Legacy pitch looks good?
Look, like I said, I'm not going to commit to Legacy pitch, but I can commit to what Mr. Governor is doing. We are building 8 brand new stadia in Lagos, and I'm sure one of them will be close enough or selectable by Robo Queens. Wherever they want to play, that they choose on any of those pitches or stadia, they will have it to play, and the state will back them up 100%.
Okay, let me give it back to Yemi. Yemi, I'm sure Shola couldn't just let us know that Legacy pitch is federal palaver.
Yeah. Okay. All right. Let's not make an issue out of it. Hopefully we'll get it sorted, and the girls will be happy. I'm interested in asking, over the years, there's this question we've always asked, and it's good we have you here to answer that. Is Lagos not interested in owning a football club, either male or female? And want to hear from the horse's mouth. We've always danced around the question. I agree that Lagos has always supported teams based in Lagos, but pointedly, I want to ask, is it deliberate not to own a team?
Yes, it's deliberate. I mean, I've been on that on your side. Remember, I'm also a journalist at heart. And we say these things a lot about whether state government should be involved in football teams or sports teams. Is that the best way to allow them to develop and all that? What Lagos has decided to do strategically is to position ourselves to support whoever has plans or whoever is running such teams. And for this administration, so far, that's what we have stuck to. So our job is to identify where the state can lend support, where the state can ensure that the vision and the plans of those who are interested in running clubs are positioned properly. I mean, there are a few clubs in Lagos that receive our support, like Smart FC, even MFM Football Club. They support in different ways, but the state will not be owning the football club or positioning to own one for now in this administration.
All right, we need to go on a break right about now, but I want to keep you on. There's still a few things we would like to sort out. We would like to have you respond to, but we need to go on a break right about now. When we return from that break, we'll take some reactions from Gianni Infantino's visit to Nigeria. Of course, he's met with the president. We'll give you some insights into what happened, but all of that will be after this break. All right, welcome back. It's no longer news that Gianni Infantino met with the president, and of course, it happened. So let's just take some reactions from that incident. It was good that the stakeholders at the highest level having this kind of meetings, discussions had. Let's listen to the President Muhammadu Buhari, and of course, we'll come back for more on Sports Tonight.
We appreciate the enormous work done by our organization in the development of football, using it as a tool for positive social change and to drive global unity. We are particularly in agreement with the latest FIFA initiative, the FIFA football development at the grassroots using technology. Nigeria has already keyed into this program. Your visit to Nigeria is a recognition of Nigeria as a football powerhouse with abounding talents. It is also a demonstration of FIFA's commitment to help with the development of football in Nigeria. Football has been one of the greatest sources of unity in our country, I dare say in many parts of the world. Our hearts beat as one time our teams are playing a football match. Our youth are always positively engaged when our football teams are on assignment. In 2017, this administration adopted football as a national asset. The implication of this is that football now receives the highest level of attention possible in government and rapid development of talent which we have in abundance. I have also approved the unveiling of a committee to draw up a 10-year football development master plan for the country. I expect that the recommendations of this committee will accelerate the development of football. It is my hope that it will further improve the fortunes of the game internationally. The government is equally focused on using football to the development of the girl child.
Welcome back, the President, of course, meeting with the FIFA President and, of course, saying a lot of things about the direction the country will take in efforts to develop football. Let me quickly get Austin into the mix of all of this. Of course, we still have Shola Ekwiku with us, and we'll continue with that conversation. And Austin, you listen to the President, and the fact that the meeting took place in itself, it's a big one. And of course, the commendation coming from Gianni Infantino, talking about the giant strides Nigeria has been able to make in global football.
Beautiful. And I love the fact that Gianni Infantino, Patrice Motsepe, the Ministry of Youth and Sports Development, that's the minister, Mr. Sunday Dai right there, the NFF officials, got to meet with the president. And Yemi, right there, all that came to my mind was football business. And right away, the ministry, they've said that they've unveiled a team that it starts with bringing up a master plan for a 10-year master plan for football development in Nigeria. This is what this sort of visit is expected to do, you know. So it's time for the NFF, the Samaju Pinnick right there, that's the minister, everyone that we need to be in that room to make football a business in Nigeria work, they were present. That's the minister of information right there. So everybody in this room need to sit down and think about ways that they can develop policies that will not just see football being played on the field. And I would like to bring in Shola Ekwiku, but let's listen to Gianni Infantino, what he had to say about Nigerian football. They will bring it to the state level, because I mean, we have said that it shouldn't just happen at the federal or federation level. The state, they also have a role to play. But let's listen to Infantino.
And gentlemen, Nigeria is a big country in the world. It is a big football country. We need Nigeria to lead the football movement in the world, together with Africa as a continent. President, when I came last time, a few years ago, we were discussing about what FIFA can do for Africa. We're not here to take, contrary to others. We're here to give. We're here to work together as partners. We have been, since, multiplying by 5 the investments we are making in African football, from around 20 million to 120 million US dollars. We have been doubling the number of African national teams going to the World Cup as of the next one, not this one, but the next one, from 5 to 9.5, so 9 or 10. One will have to play it on the pitch. So we're doubling the number of national teams for the men's, and as for the women's as well, we move from 3 to 4 or 6. So also there is a potential to double the participation, because we need to give opportunities, we need to give hope, we need to give chances. We are now debating, dear President, in world football, how we can increase the participation and the frequency of world competitions, to have Nigeria, both the Super Falcons and the Super Eagles, playing at the highest stage against the best teams more frequently, because only if you play against the best, you can improve and you can show them that you are better than them. This is the country of Kanu, of Okocha, of Taribo West, of Yekini, of Olise, of, I mean, I could name them until tomorrow morning. There are so many. There are so many. And they are role models in the world. They are examples in the world. They are ambassadors for Nigeria and for Africa all over the world. And we want more of them. We want men, we want women from Nigeria, from Africa, to be role models in the world. And football.
So that's it, FIFA President Gianni Infantino saying, we want to work more with Nigeria, because Nigeria is respected, because Nigeria has got the people, the passion. Shalai Peku, let's bring you back into the conversation now. You were right there, because Gianni Infantino was at the Mobolaji Johnson Arena to watch the Super Falcons play. And now we've seen it that football is a big business. We've got a huge followership of football, for football in Nigeria. Shola, Lagos leads the way in a lot of things. In what way can the state contribute to this football development that we want in Nigeria?
I think it's important that we first acknowledge what the state is doing already, and by acknowledging that we already and note that we're doing more. First of all, the main platform that we've always talked about is infrastructural development. If you have infrastructure and it's widespread across the state, there are more people to play, more talents to be discovered, more we have opportunities to demonstrate what they have, to ensure that they have they are seen, and then from there they develop. Secondly, events and competitions. We need to, as Lagos is trying to do, we need to increase the number of competitions that are being played, so that children or youth or talent will have enough platforms to demonstrate their skills, that will give them potentially the foundation they need to learn more and to do better in the world of sports. Thirdly, commercialization. What's happening to dovetail those talents from what we see as in just skills on TV or what they are doing for themselves? The conversion of those talents, or the interest of those talents in terms of passion, from products, from talent to products that are purchasable and commercially valuable, a man on the street is the next major. We all have known that, we all know from time that Nigeria has talent. We all know from time that people can play, and it's demonstrated by our footballers playing all over the world and sportsmen performing. But the next level, and have been existing up to now, is to commercialize those opportunities so that sports can grow as an industry. For example, in how many sports do we have regular competition, except from the National Sports Festival or the National Youth Games? We have to create that platform where entrepreneurs and private sector organizations can invest in sports based on government investment, and to grow the industry in Nigeria.
Just hope that we take this to the next level, go beyond words and then start seeing proper development. Shola, before I let you go, I love it at the grassroots, and I know that that's the place, that's the base where development happens, as Lagos has been busy with the grassroots lately.
Yeah. Okay, on two levels. First of all, we've had a very big gap Nigeria-wide in terms of school sports. Mr. Governor has approved our plan to intervene school sport infrastructure and competition. So by God's grace, this session already we have planned a restructuring of Lagos State school sports, and in that wise we will see a different, fresh approach to school sport in a multi-sport platform, not just in terms of football, not just in terms of football. Secondly, Lagos State has already approved a community games project that kicks off also at the end of this year, and we, as a pilot project. So we have selected a few between 5 sports, but we have chosen to from grassroots, so from world level to local government level to regional and to divisional level. We're going to have sports and competitions, and they'll be regular every year. States running from between 3 to 8 months of the year every year, starting from this year. So yes, we are ready. God's grace, we are developing more infrastructure. These events and these competitions will demonstrate development all across the state, in Lagos State.
That's right, beautiful Shola Ikpeku. Thank you so much. We'll continue to monitor your works, and we will ask questions when we have to. Thank you so much.
You're welcome anytime, and it's a pleasure and honor to be on channels. Fantastic station, and Austin guys, very well done. You have been consistent in your delivery, and we trust that professionalism continues. Thank you for me.
Thank you so much, Shola Ikpeku. Thank you. That's it. The chairman of the Lagos State Sports Commission, Shola Ikpeku. Yeah, I mean, interesting conversation, particularly with using proper means to make football a business in Nigeria.
Yeah, and hopefully there'll be a lot of gains from meeting with the FIFA president. And let's just continue on the show. And Bolu is still with me. Bolu, a lot has been said, but I want to quickly get your thoughts before we look at tomorrow's game. You were trying to talk about the Super Falcons and some of the gains you think we're going to have with them playing in this tournament.
Well, okay, let me start from where on the sport development and everything. We've said it all the time. We don't want to hear words anymore. We've heard it all the time. Mm-hmm. Every sport organization that wants to campaign, it's always about, I will work with grassroots. I'll start from grassroots, and after 1 week, ask them, we are working on the grassroots. After 4 years, we're working on the grassroots. But I think to a level that I would commend Ikpeku and his team, they did something about summer camping for students or something. It worked well. That's what, anyone who knows Austin well will know he's always hammering on grassroots, and that's the best way to pick the next talent. For we know there are high school sports in the US, there are collegiate sports. From there, they pick the best. So it's the best way to grow grassroots. I tell people you can easily, if you join an academy, you can tell them you are 14 when you are 20. But it's almost impossible for you to lie about your age when you are entering school. So from there, it's easy to monitor. We can know about age falsification. If you are old, we know that you are old. Yeah. But it's a step. And for the games for Super Falcons, remember for about a year plus, Super Falcons never kicked the ball as a team. And we complained a lot about what are these guys doing. Then step by step, started going for, I think they went for 2 invitationals. Now this is almost an invitational. They are playing it in Nigeria here. I hope it becomes consistent. I think last week or 2 weeks ago, Demola was here talking about plans. Are there plans to make this a yearly or biannual or something? There has to be consistency. You can't just host a competition for because no matter what you say, it's about the Falcons. Next edition may be Falcons and other nations. The next one after that may be world nations. Yeah. One thing is certain, the Falcons will be involved, and there's no better way for Nigerians to see the Falcons maybe every year or whenever I decide to plan that when they're playing right here in Lagos State. All right, let's listen to one of the girls speaking immediately after that game. I mean, it's no longer news that the Super Falcons defeated Mali, and there's been reactions. Let's listen to Michelle Alozie speaking about the game and how she expects the Super Falcons to improve.
It feels amazing. We came out strong. We didn't start off as strong as we wanted to. We should have had a goal, honestly, early in the first half. But by second half, we got everything together. The subs came on and made a difference, and that's all we can really ask for. Yeah, I mean, obviously I play in the USA, and it's a really physical game there, so I'm realizing that I can't be as physical here. So it's something I need to switch on and realize. Yeah, I almost got a red card, so I'm thankful that I got out, but again, my team pulled through and we got the win. So we're on to the next game versus South Africa. We just have to come together. Again, we're a really new team, a really young team, and we just have to come together as a team and continue to build as we go into the AFCON World Qualifiers.
All right, so that's it. So all the best. We hope to see an improved performance in the next game. Let's just quickly take a look at what's going to happen on Friday, and we'll talk about things from there. That's what's going to happen tomorrow at the Aisha Buhari Cup. We're going to see the fixture. It's going to come up on your screen. Bayana up against Ghana. This one is going to be big. Quick response, Bolu. What do you expect to see from this one?
This is probably the toughest fixture in the entire competition. South Africa, one of the rising stars in women's football. Remember, Nigeria needed penalty to beat them at the last African Women's Cup of Nations. And Ghana, any West African team in terms of female football, they are top opposition. So it's one of the hardest games to predict. Yes, you can say South Africa being the name of recent, but thinking it's Ghana, you definitely know what will over. So I won't be expecting this will be the first draw in the competition.
All right. Okay. Austin, I don't know if you share Bolu's sentiments, but of course, women's football in Africa, South Africa and Ghana, big game any day.
That's right, and the Bayana, they've pumped up the competition in the last 2 years in Africa. Underrate them at your own peril. Elise has done a lot of work with that South African team, and see the way they've kept the consistency, and they're giving it so much attention, the same attention they're giving to the Bayana, they're giving to the Bayana. And so that's what we want for our women's football. We preach equality, and look at what has happened in America, for instance. Now, the equal pay is winning for the men and the women's team. And I know, we want to talk about soccer, as they call it there. The women, they've done more than even the men. The men didn't even qualify for the last World Cup, so this is what we want to see. You can tell that what's happening in South Africa is the level of attention, the investment that they've given to women's football. And I love the fact that they brought it into the Aisha Buhari Cup. That's why I said nobody should downplay the competition because there won't be a winner or because there will be no lifting of the trophy. Let's look at the development this will bring to women's football in Africa. South Africa, Ghana will show it tomorrow. Look at what happened with Cameroon and Morocco. Tells you that Morocco is also doing good with their development of the game. So the next African Women's Cup of Nations is going to be hot. Whoever doesn't prepare properly will go and get the shock of their lifetime. So this is very good, and I really hope to see more fireworks tomorrow.
All right, let's. We hope to have another conversation when we get to that point. We will. But let's just quickly talk about things happening on the domestic scene. Players moving and coaches also moving. Let's just quickly talk about Heartland, Austin, a new manager. Of course, the man that brought a lot of attention to Heartland in recent years has left. Now a new man is there. Hassan Abdullahi is the new man at the helm. Austin.
It's a good one. I just hope that they have actually settled whatever led to the departure of Coach Fidelis Ilechukwu. And I think Heartland, they did show some good, level of improvement in the last season of the MPFL. We just hope that Hassan Abdullah will, continue that momentum for them. And let me get Bolu talking. Bolu, in recent time to be players, controversy with movement and transfers. When Fidelis Ilechukwu was leaving, Heartland said he left in a way that they didn't want. But I'm glad that they are moving on. But then, let's hope that this in the future will not start hearing one or two stories that won't be good for our league football.
Well, remember when Ilechukwu joined them, they were talks about owing salary, this and that, but he kept on telling us focus is on the field, he's talking to the boy. I think they had a poor start, and suddenly they picked themselves up, avoid relegation. And for a team of Heartland's level, I think they're a mid-table team, so if they escape relegation to a level where, in the season where there are issues with money and all, I think he tried, but they are complaining they don't like the manner with which he left. Probably they could not find a consolation or way to settle it, but like you rightly said, they moved on. I hope Ilechukwu gets another job. Remember, He did very, very well with MFM, so I hope he gets another job. One thing is certain, if there's another space, Ilechukwu is qualified enough to do that job. But just like the European scene this past calendar, where we saw lots of managerial changes, I think it's happening in the NPFL again this time. We are seeing some big names coming into the league. We've seen Finidi George, Dumfries getting the job. Now we've talked about Ilechukwu moving. I think Lobisas got the coach, Hardland got the coach, Eyimba got the coach. Many of these teams are getting top-notch coaches. It means one thing is sure, I think it brings more attention. For example, let's look at Finidi George. Finidi George has a fan base. There was a point he was the best world number 7. So he still has his fan base. Some older generation that don't like the NPFL that much would probably want to follow because of Finidi George. Eyimba have their fan base. One thing is certain, if they bring the two together, there's more attention to the NPFL. I tell people all the time, I like that Oumi is coming in. I hope he brings the best things to the NPFL, like we saw him do when he was a club administrator. I think there are better days ahead for the NPFL, but I just want some rules to be followed through. Strict rules. For example, I remember when we had issue with Remo and Bendel Insurance, the governor and the deputy governor, Bedote, kept hammering, ban for Remo Stars, but they did worse this time around, and suddenly everyone is quiet.
It's a good one for league football development, and I think this is a win-win situation for Heartland, getting Abdallah, who is a former Flying Eagles coach, and of course involved in the scouting setup of the Golden Eaglets. So they have a man who is going to, bring a lot of investment into youth football development in Heartland FC. So that's it. Let's go on this quick break. When we come back, what went down in the Europa League? Yes, football was played, and it was also a good day for Nigerian footballers. So don't go anywhere. Stay. Welcome back to Sports Tonight on Channels Television. We're talking about league football in Nigeria. Hassan Abdallah is the new coach of Heartland. We were supposed to have the new coach of Lobby Stars, Eddie Dombraye, but Eddie is busy in Makurdi and cannot join us, but we'll try to get him. Bolu also mentioned that former Super Eagles winger, Finidi George, has been unveiled as the new coach of Eyimba Football Club. This is a good time for league football in Nigeria. Finidi George will go into Aba with his fan base. Eyimba hopefully will be solidified for better things, and we just hope that when the league comes back, Yemi, we'll have beautiful things to say, because now we're getting quality coaches. Eddie Dombraye is based in Ukraine. He's back home to give his own bit. Finidi George is based in Spain. He's back home. The league is ready for good times.
Yeah, and I'm with Bolo on this one. I hope the administrators will sit up. Finidi is coming with his fan base, Dombraye. These guys are used to how things are done in Europe. And so some of these things that we tend to sweep under the carpet, these guys probably won't take it. And I feel for, especially the two guys that we mentioned, I feel for them because they're probably coming with high expectations. I, for one, if I was close to any of the two, I would say, well, I'm a Nigerian, I'm optimistic, but in some areas, be moderate in
whatever way,
in your expectation.
In whatever way we look at it, Yemi, I understand your cynicism, and I won't blame you. We know the terrain, and that's why we'll continue to tell administrators that we shouldn't build and destroy. These guys, they have reasons for coming back home. They want to contribute. So let's not make it a bitter story, Yeah, so let's just do the right things. And again, it's not even about league football management. The club should also allow them work here.
That's a real thing.
That's the real task.
And one thing we can all agree on, and I'm very sure Bolu agrees with me as well, one thing we can all agree on, these guys come in with beam the searchlight, and there will be no hiding place for us all.
Yeah, no hiding place. For example, we talked about the clubs letting them take charge. Look at how Aqua United, you just won the league. You signed over 11 players. I don't think the manager will be the one that sanctioned 11 signings. So they should let these guys do their job, because everyone, remember, Finidi has been talking about taking underage for Nigeria, but NFF have rejected his request a few times. Now the spotlight is on him, and he's not coaching anybody. He's coaching Eyimba. His first major assignment now will be CAF Confederations Cup. Everyone wants to see what will Finidi do, and definitely we are watching. It's on TV or not, everybody wants to watch. Then when he does well, you start thinking there's another Super Eagles player, ex-Super Eagles, Dombraye somewhere. What is this guy doing? Then if they do well, if the attention is there, everyone is talking about it, That's when you start seeing people talk about the NFF. Why not give these guys a shot? Why not think about the guys? So everything is coming. It's supposed to be a win-win. I'm using supposed to because we've seen stranger things in the NPFL. But this time around, it's supposed to be win-win for everyone. Commercial. Now, if you are thinking, how do I sell my market? These players are not popular. Finidi is popular enough. You can use the manager for one of the best clubs in Nigerian history, Finidi. Just sell your market that way. Ex-internationals, sell your market. We have some super good players in the NPFL. Sell your market. And who knows, very soon we'll probably start having money in the Nigerian professional football league.
All right. Well, we have a few minutes before we wrap things up on the show. Two places we have to touch quickly. Let's take a look at the FIFA ranking. Well, a lot of people are not really interested in the FIFA rankings. They snigger when you mentioned the FIFA ranking. We have a job to do, so we're going to talk about it. Nigeria in the 34th position in the world, fifth best football playing nation on the continent. I can see a smile on Austin's face as well. So I'm not going to say anything. Let me allow Austin say something and probably get Bolu in as well. We're more concerned about the African ranking, but for the global, not much of a change. Senegal, the Teranga Lions, still the best football playing nation in the world. And this Belgium still maintains their number one, the Seleção Brazil in number two. Austin, quick one on this as we try to wrap things up with the Europa.
Yeah, with me and the FIFA ranking, I've always said it that it's only FIFA that can explain it. So I'm not surprised, but I love where Nigeria is 34th and in the world and 6th in Africa. I wish it could just stay like this till they qualify for the World Cup, so they will not believe that they are up there. And I'm sure Bolu shared the same opinion.
I've been scared for the World Cup qualifiers for a very long time. I believe we would walk through this group stage, but that final stage, I hope we scale through.
We'll meet any of these guys.
Any of these guys, we can play them, and on paper, I think they are good enough to beat Nigeria.
Okay. All right. Let's take a look at some selected fixtures in the Europa as we prepare to wrap things up. The situation report is what you have on your screen. We don't have much time. Bolu, take a stab at it and let's see how far we can go before we wrap this up.
Well, for Genk, Polonacho scored the winning goal in the 92nd minute. Osimhen scored one for Napoli now. I don't know who got the second goal for them. Iheanacho got an assist for Leicester City. So I think it's good time being in Nigeria. And it's always interesting when you see Nigeria do well. If we don't have much in Champions League, at least we can still do. Oh, Osimhen got the second goal for them as well. So brilliant. He's back. This is one of the things. Remember, he got suspended, injuries, and also now he's fully back. I hope he takes the form again to the Serie A. Then we can start. It will bring up more attention to. Remember, many Nigerians support Arsenal because many for Bolton because of JJ. So who knows? Osimhen may drag many Nigerians to start supporting Napoli.
I'm interested in the Rangers game as well. Two Nigerians involved, Leon Balogun and Joe Aribo. But before we came into this, Chokwe Kambi scored for Leon, and now it's two.
Beautiful days again, like you said, for Nigeria. At least if we can't have attention in Champions League, let's have it in the Europa League. And I like that they are playing. So many persons will tell you Nigerians play in wherever, Afghanistan play here. But now you know, if I can't watch them in the Champions League, even though we have a few of them, you can watch in the Europa League. So it's always, the only time you don't want to support them is when they lose. But when they win, when they do well, remember, we have Nigerians that have won Player of the Month for their club recently, some won Man of the Match, Game of the Week. So I think it's good headache for Genero this time around when there are lots of Nigerians doing well for their club, because if he doesn't call the ones we think is best, definitely the media will come after him. Surely
the media will come after him as well. And Austin wants to throw something in quickly before we go. Good representation for Nigeria, like I said.
Yeah, I said good when I was going on the break, but now to change, it's a fairly good day, I agree with Bolu that the fact that they're playing in Europe is good for our football, it's good exposure. Even for Leon Balogun and Rangers, even that they are losing, it's still good experience to play on the continent. My neighbor is a West Ham fan, and he's been screaming at me because West Ham won away, and that's West Ham just getting into Europe. So these are good times for different clubs, and then the European experience just gives them a reminder that they need to do more and get more improvements.
All right, so that's it. We've come to the end of the show. But Austin, we have a duty to thank Bolu Omoni for finding out time to be here on the show today.
Yeah, it's always good being here every Thursday night.
All right, that's the show today from Lagos, Nigeria. I'm Yemi Adebayo. Bye-bye now. See you tomorrow.
It was a fun-filled ride, and I hope that we'll get to do this again in London. I'm Austin Okonapan, and everything you do, but let's keep talking sports. Bye for now.